Right now, deep inside your skull, your prefrontal cortex is losing a war it was never trained to fight. And the neuroscientists who mapped this admit they have no way to rewire it after the fact. This is the region behind your forehead that plans your day, resists your worst impulses, and decides who you become in the next 10 seconds. It was supposed to be the strongest part of you. Instead, for most people, it never got built right. And the people who study this know exactly why, but almost nobody says it out loud. High performers found one way around the damage. By the end of this, you'll know exactly what it is. Here's what's happening to you specifically. Every time you scroll instead of starting, every time you know the better choice and pick the worse one anyway, that's not a character flaw. That's your prefrontal cortex, call it your brain's control room, running on a system that was never finished. This structure doesn't fully wire itself until your mid-20s, and how it wires depends entirely on practice you were supposed to get as a kid. Practice in delaying reward, practice in sitting with discomfort, practice most classrooms were never built to give you. So right now, in real time, you are making decisions with a control room that's short-staffed. You feel it as laziness. It isn't. It's architecture. Here's the mechanism, and it's more visual than you'd expect. Picture your control room with a single desk and one overworked assistant. That assistant handles your focus, your patience, your self-control, everything that keeps you from acting on raw impulse. But the assistant has limited energy for the day. Every small decision, every resisted urge, every switched task drains that same reserve. By early afternoon, the desk is buried, the assistant is exhausted, and your older, faster, more primitive brain regions, the ones built purely for urge and reward, start making your decisions for you. That's why you're calm and disciplined at 9 a.m. and reaching for your phone, your snack, your excuse by 4 p.m. It's not a mood swing. It's a resource running out on schedule every single day. Here's the part the experts admit they can't fix. The developmental window for building a strong control room closes. Once you're past adolescence, you can't go back and lay down that original wiring the way it should have been laid down. Researchers will tell you flatly, there is no retroactive patch. And the deeper truth, the one rarely said in public, is that the education systems most of us grew up in were never designed to strengthen this structure at all. They were designed around compliance. Sit still, memorize, repeat. That model trains obedience, not executive control. Nobody sat down and built a curriculum for training your control room, because a population with weak self-regulation is easier to manage, easier to market to, easier to keep buying, scrolling, and repeating the same patterns. That wasn't an accident of neglect. It was a design that happened to be convenient for everyone except you. And here's where it gets counterintuitive. You've been told the fix is more willpower, grit, discipline, sheer force of effort. That advice is exactly backwards. Willpower isn't a virtue you can summon. It's fuel your control room burns, and forcing yourself to try harder just drains the tank faster. This is also why loading your day with more goals, more habit trackers, more decisions to make in the moment actually makes procrastination worse, not better. Every added decision is another withdrawal from an account that was already low. High performers don't have bigger reserves than you. They've just stopped spending from the account in the first place. Here's the rule almost nobody publishes. It's called pre-deciding. Instead of relying on your control room to make the call in the heated moment, you make the decision in advance in a calm state and attach it to a specific trigger. Not "I'll eat healthier." Instead, if it's 3 p.m. and I want a snack, then I eat the almonds already sitting on my desk. Not "I'll focus more." Instead, if I open my laptop, then my phone goes in the other room, no exceptions. The decision gets made once while your control room is fresh, and then it runs on autopilot when your control room is depleted. You're not asking a tired assistant to fight a war. You're removing the choice before the war starts. Here's how you use this tonight. Pick the 3 moments tomorrow where you know you'll cave: the snack, the scroll, the snooze button. Write each one as an if-then statement before you sleep while your control room still has fuel left to plan. Read them once in the morning. That's it. You're not adding willpower. You're bypassing the need for it entirely. But your prefrontal cortex isn't the only region that was left unfinished. Deeper in your brain, there's a structure that decides what you fear before you're even conscious of it, and it was shaped the exact same way.